What is advice to a younger event marketer, or somebody aspiring to be the global head of event marketing?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I've got probably several answers for that. So I'll just go through a few. I think a really big one is to just take the time to listen and learn and to understand the reason why something is done or why something has been done. I don't think that you can really make a recommendation or really have influence unless you understand the why behind it and sometimes the history behind it. I think that that's really key. But I always say to have a recommendation ready as well. I see people all the time just kind of throwing things over the fence. What do you like? What giveaways do you like? What do you think we should do? And I always tell people, send the options over, but also tell us what your recommendation is. Don't just toss things over the fence because it makes you look like you're not really contributing. Anybody can look up giveaway ideas, but if you take the time to if you take that extra step and provide a recommendation, I think that that's really important. I think it's important to not take everything personally. I spent a lot of time in my early career, dwelling on things that people said or being upset about it. And oftentimes it's not personal. And it's very easy to take something too personally.
It's more life
Um,
advice from you today. You've given
yeah,
life
well,
advice.
it's true though. It's true.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And I think another really important one is to take your vacation days. It's probably more life advice than career advice, but they overlap so much. We all work so hard and it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's far from a 9 to 5 job. So it's important to realize that everybody needs a break and the world's not going to burn down if you're not there for a little while, if you're taking a little time to yourself. So I think that that's really important too.
You said they can't have influence unless you have the history or the why behind something. I really, really like that because that's almost in all facets of things,
Yeah.
right? And it's like sometimes it's one or the other. It's not always just the history, right? Because sometimes could make you think one way or the other, but I like that you said the why as well. And it's a matter of a young person understanding what's happening and why it's happening and the way things are done and the manner in which they're done. I think that's really, really good advice. And I always press people when I'm talking to young event marketers and people start asking questions.
Yeah.
Start going to leadership. Ask why. Why are we at the show? What have we done? What are the results? What are the KPIs? What are the expectations? What are you wanting from this show? And I always say, like, it'll spin heads. It'll make leadership be like, who's this smart person, this smart kid working in this company, asking these really good questions.
Right. Right. And I think it gives you a lot of credibility too, if you understand what's going on. I mean, there are people that have been at my company for 30 years. I want to understand what they've been through in those 30 years. And I want to be able to have a conversation with them, not just kind of charge in or on the other hand, kind of toss things over to them and let them make the decisions.
You said a couple really cool things today. That one, I just kind of recapped that quote. I was writing some of these down. You said another one. You said efficiency of the event or the conference is irreplaceable. I think that's a really good quote because it's like, it is true. Those 2, 3, 4 days at a conference, like you need to go all after it. You need to have all your eggs in that basket and go get the most from it. You said it's a significant effort level to have success at events. That one I really like as well, because I think it does take effort, but it can be really fruitful for you if you do it the right way, coming out the other side. And then of course, the quote I just read about the influence and knowing the history of the why.